Comedy. Hello, you mind movers. I'm Sam Brisson, joined by Ryan George, Brandon Calder. Welcome to Moving Mind Studio. Today, we're talking remakes. It's safe to say that we live in the world of remakes right now.
It is
agree?
safe. It is safe.
It is safe to say?
Safe of you to
You're in a
say
safe
that.
Are
place.
you safe?
Yes.
I feel safe.
When we were younger, were there that many remakes? Because I was trying to think about it. I feel like
when
we were
Brandon was
teenagers.
younger,
Okay.
Yeah, that's a different story.
Okay. Okay.
Did they make remakes?
no, that was all originals because they had just come out with movies.
Film just started back then.
No, it's true. I guess there wasn't when we were in the 90s.
Because
Were we just not
what
paying
would you-
attention?
yeah.
Were they remakes of like movies from the 70s
That's
that
the
we
thing.
wouldn't have known about?
Yeah, maybe.
And did the internet spawn our knowledge of remakes and whatnot? Now we can just easily search, hey, is this movie a remake or whatnot? And because information is traveling so fast,
Yeah.
are we getting to know remakes faster than what we used to? Is that
Yeah,
why?
I guess
Of course.
you hear about a movie coming out, you Google it, and you're like, oh, okay.
Is it a
Yeah,
remake?
now I know.
Yeah. It's like it's done so much lately that sometimes I don't even know that something's a remake. And I was like, oh, that's a remake? Oh, okay, cool, I guess.
And it's gotten so bad that now when you hear the term remake, reboot, all those, it's usually followed by a loud sigh,
Yeah.
where it's just, oh, God, why are they doing this again?
Yeah. I've never heard like, oh, they're remaking that? Good.
Yeah.
That's so great. I'm so happy they're
never-
remaking
yeah.
that.
And I feel like if you were to say that, the only reason people don't say that is because they're not aware that it's an actual reboot or a remake.
Yeah.
Like, if you are consciously aware that they're making it, it's too early. I think that's the thing.
Yeah.
And it seems like they like less and less time passes before they remake things
Yeah,
now too.
yeah.
Just because like I think like things have such a built-in audience that they know this brand obviously is popular, and we will get people to come see this just because people know the name. Obviously,
That's all it is. Is they
the name?
It's easy money because they know that people are going to watch it. Even if all of us, like you said, everyone sighs after hearing something's being remade, but we all go watch it.
And are we watching it because we're hoping that it's going to be better than its previous installment?
I think it's more of like we're watching just to see what they did.
like what movie
To have a
making
comment.
technology has improved.
Yeah.
How did they improve this, or how did they make it worse? Like I don't know. Do people go see remakes sometimes just to like see if it's bad? Like
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, I sometimes you go watch a movie knowingly that oh man, this can be bad, but it's a movie that you've loved back in the day. You just have to go see it. Like you just need to go watch it to see what, even if it goes wrong, what goes wrong. If it goes right, what's going to go right.
You need a comparison. You want to make your own comparison
Yeah.
to what works, what doesn't work.
Yeah.
Is this the better movie?
yeah.
And I mean, now we're not talking because they also throw around prequel, sequel, where they're trying to avoid the word reboot, but they're saying, they'll throw in an element to say like, no, it's actually in the same world. And
Yeah.
can people really get away with that by not calling it a remake, by just changing some elements to it and calling it a prequel or sequel?
I guess so. I mean, like,
They do get away with it, I guess.
yeah, I think like probably the best term is reboot is because there's this franchise that used to be popular and we want to like inject some life into it and see if there's still like something there.
Yeah.
And you know what term I hate? Gritty.
Gritty
I feel like
reboot.
Gritty reboot.
reboots.
Oh,
Yeah,
don't
it's
worry.
like-
This is going to be fine. It's a gritty
Yeah.
reboot.
Yeah,
It's a gritty
yeah,
remake.
yeah.
I mean, blame that on. I mean, it was great, but like Christopher Nolan and Batman.
Yeah.
Like what he did with Batman, he like made it gritty after it was horribly corny with Batman and Robin, and like the Batsuit had nipples and horrible stuff. And then he like, oh, okay, we're gonna do this dark. We're gonna do it good, and everyone's like, yeah. That made all the money, and everyone loved it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that is.
So it's almost like
it's-
Nolan started the trend of like, if you make things darker, make things more a higher PG rating.
And then Zack
That's
Snyder
specifically-
ran with that. And was just like, so no one will ever smile in any of these movies.
Exactly. I think like it's a way that they get away from making shitty movies like Spider-Man was so like that whole Venom, whichever one that I was thinking of, Spider-Man 3
But that's Spider-Man
was.
3, so that's a continuation. That's
Yeah.
just a
Yeah,
sequel.
but what I'm saying is like from 3, the next
to the
one,
Andrew Garfield.
yes, was a reboot.
That's it. They made it. They had a horrible movie.
Yeah,
and they're like, "Oh, okay,
yeah,
start over."
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's actually one of the shortest time spans between movies, and that was 5 years.
Yeah.
The whole Spider-Man franchise. Where some reboots have been like 85 years, 75 years, because some people are smart enough to go and do their research and say, like, let's remake this movie.
Yeah.
People who are going to pay tickets today probably aren't alive.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're going to see this movie. They won't really know.
Even like The Amazing Spider-Man 2 probably came out like, 2013, 2014?
Yeah.
And now Spider-Man Homecoming 2017.
Yeah.
Again, it's just like...
It's crazy,
It's
man.
insane. And they're doing it so much.
It's ridiculous. I think one of the reasons actually they did it and why they did it so quickly is because Sony was going to lose the rights to Spider-Man if they didn't release another Spider-Man movie within a certain time frame. They were just like, oh, fuck. But I think it's that and also the fact that the rest of the Spider-Mans were garbage. So they're just like, reboot time, and then...
Yeah.
And then,
it sucks because like you give them so much money and you hope that they make a great movie and then they don't, but then they give them another chance afterwards.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, okay, you know what? Maybe if we give these writers a chance and then this director, maybe something will happen out of it.
But it's just because they know the name Spider-Man is going to make money, so they're forever going to do that.
And it's never going to go away.
No. And it's
Batman, Spider-Man, all the superheroes are always going to be around.
Yeah. And Uncle Ben's just like, please fucking stop killing me. It's like
I went for the rice. I was like, why is Uncle Ben saying anything?
And Aunt
like,
Jemima's like, no!
I pictured the guy on the
Uncle Ben!
5-minute rice. I'm like, why is he dying? What's your favorite remake?
My favorite remake. See, I think talking about reboots, remake, I don't know if this categorizes it as it, but we were talking before about it. But Mad Max to me was a good. It's not a reboot, is it not? It's a sequel. It's a prequel. Like what the hell is it?
Technically a sequel, but it's also like a reboot because Max is now a new actor.
Exactly, it's a new.
I don't know.
Person.
But see, I would throw in the concept of the villain in the movie is the same villain in the first Mad Max or the second one, but he dies in that movie, and now he's a villain in this movie.
So the fuck are you, Mad Max? What are you?
You're great, but what are you? So mysterious.
Yeah.
But that's it. The lines get crossed now, and they're so easy to get confused as remakes, reboots, sequels, prequels, and come on.
Yeah, it's just like, ugh, man. But that's what people want to see, I guess, because people just that's what makes money is these.
It's the name.
Yeah, these names that were just like The Predator.
Yeah.
That got rebooted 7 years ago with Adrian Brody, and it didn't make a lot of money. So 7 years later, another reboot is coming with
ridiculous. It's like
Boyd Holbrook.
It's like a problem that it's like Hollywood is just running out of movies to make. So they're just like,
where's the originality?
Bring in the fucking exactly, and it's a problem, and it sucks.
Whenever original things come out, though, they don't like do as well as the big franchises. So you got to understand, like from a business perspective,
I know
the studios are like, well, we could give this new director a shot, and maybe lose money, or we could make another Batman movie, and even if it's shit, we're gonna make money.
But I get that, but I mean, as like, you know, us as artists or whatever, it kind of takes away from the quality of things. I mean, we lose it because we're always seeing the same people do the same thing because they don't give chances to anyone because they know this person's going to make money. So we need to just do it with this person, but like give people a shot at things. And I think, and that's why I love watching independent movies and stuff because it's people just making what they want to make and there's no high risk. So they get to do what they want to do. And that's why, for me, that's when the best quality movies, of films come out. It's from just doing what you love and not doing something because it's going to make a lot of money.
That's what
But I get it though. I understand it, but I understand why. But
what I like about like what Marvel is doing, they seem to be like giving a chance to independent directors, people that do like kind of weird movies. They'll give them like a Marvel thing and be like, do your thing, but like with this character. Like Taika Waititi, who did Hunt for the Wilder People and What We Do in the Shadows, two like super weird offbeat movies that are really good and really funny. He's directing Thor. Like they gave him Thor, and he's directing Thor Ragnarok.
Wow.
And it's supposed to be like it's gonna be hilarious. And he's just like, they're like, take this weird director, send him off into space with Thor and Hulk and like Jeff Goldblum. Like it's gonna be awesome.
Here's a character that is well built, that has an entourage that's crazy. Give it to a director who takes chances. And let's see.
And let him run with it, man.
Even Spider-Man Homecoming, Marvel gave that to shit, I forget the guy's name, but he's like, he's a relative newcomer. He's not like, this will be his big thing. Like, and hopefully he'll be good. Even the dude who directed Hidden Figures now is like supposedly in talks to direct a Marvel movie. So that's cool. Like, they have these franchise things and like remakes and stuff, and they're at least like injecting. It's not just like a cash grab.
Exactly. And it's the director who directed La La Land, who also did oh my gosh,
Whiplash.
Oh my gosh. He did Whiplash because he wanted to do La La Land, and no one was giving him a chance to do La La Land. So he's like, okay, let me prove myself, and he was able to do La La Land, which is a huge movie now.
And there's also, I feel like there's some movies that can be standalone films on their own that they've forcibly attached to a previous franchise. I'm talking almost specifically about 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah.
Where it's like the movie on its own could have not incorporated anything Cloverfield related and would have been a fantastic movie.
Yep.
Did they do that just to get a cash grab for people who are Cloverfield fans to be like, I'm going to go see this movie?
You best fucking believe it.
Was there anything in the movie? I haven't seen it. Is there any relation to Cloverfield at all?
Yeah. But like what happens at the end could have been completely cut out. And it would have just been a great thriller.
Okay. I mean, that kind of thing is exactly what you said. It must have been just like they got J.J. Abrams to like, I can help you sell this movie.
Yeah. And it was it's actually based off a book that doesn't have anything to do with Cloverfield. The book exists of like what the movie is. But then the only way they would make it is if they made it a Cloverfield.
It's crazy that they need to go to those lengths to sell a movie. If it's a good movie without it.
Yeah.
And now they've like burdened themselves to being attached to Cloverfield, where it's like, you didn't have to do that. We could have had an original piece and people would have liked it. But no, you didn't take the risk. You had to go and attach to that movie, and now you're always going to be in the Cloverfield franchise.
But would they have gotten people to go see it?
There's the question. We don't know.
For me, I didn't know. I think at that point when I saw the trailer, I may have not have watched Cloverfield yet, and I didn't make the connection right away. And I thought it was a fantastic trailer, and I was like, I want to go see this. So for me, I didn't care.
Yeah, and also, you look at Cloverfield, the original, and it's kind of a remake. It's kind of just Godzilla, but found footage. Yeah. Like people saw the trailers and the mysterious things, and then it slowly became like, oh shit, this is like a monster attacking New York. From Godzilla.
But I mean, it's a monster movie. Like there are monsters around in monster movies. Yeah. But had they called it Godzilla, people would have been, oh my god, what a horrible Godzilla movie. But now that it's Cloverfield, what a great found footage monster movie.
Yeah.
One thing that was really interesting that happened this year is there was this movie called, I think it was called like The Woods or something, and it was being pushed as The Woods, and it was a horror movie. And then at San Diego Comic-Con, they were going to have a press screening of this movie, The Woods, and all the reporters and editors and whatever journalists were like, all right, let's watch this fucking horror movie. And then like the reveal was like, this is a Blair Witch remake. And they were like, oh my God. So then like all the stories wrote themselves like, oh, this hidden movie, this is a surprise. It didn't end up being good, apparently. But like,
then again, like, was it a remake? Wasn't it a sequel? Because isn't the guy the brother of, like, it's his sister in the first movie, so he's going to find her?
Okay, yeah.
But see, like, just changing that, they're like, they get away from the term remake, and they're adding it as a sequel, so people can't be like, oh, they're remaking Blair Witch. No, they're just adding to it because now he's her brother. But take away that link, and you just have Blair Witch. That's
true.
it.
Yeah. Oh, that's ridiculous.
Because people watching that aren't going to be big Blair Witch fans. They're getting... I don't know if today's audience of the young teenagers have seen Blair Witch. Like in 1999, I went to see it in a movie theater, that was awesome. But I don't know if people saw Blair Witch back then.
I don't know. It's like how Rings just came out, like a sequel to The Ring came out, and like.
But maybe young people are like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go rewatch all the first ones to see, and then realize that they have no fucking relation whatsoever.
There's one remake that is just, I don't understand why this ever happened. I don't know if you guys saw Psycho, the Psycho remake with Vince Vaughn
and Heche.
Yeah. I think it was directed by Gus Van Sant. So Psycho, obviously, Alfred Hitchcock, classic movie. I think Gus Van Sant directed a shot-for-shot remake. Shot for shot, but with today's actors like Vince Vaughn and Anne Heche. What is the point of doing that? If you're doing a shot-for-shot remake of a movie, just watch that movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Vince Vaughn
isn't
he can play creepy, but he's not like as creepy as the original Norman Bates guy. Like you watch him and it's like, oh, it's Vince Vaughn doing a Norman Bates impression. Like,
But does just because a movie is dated as being an old movie, does that stop people from watching it? Like, do you think people are looking at like, oh, this is a movie from 50s or 60s, I'm not gonna watch this. But you you slap on a label with today's date, and they're like, ooh, interesting.
There are I read an interview. Somebody was talking about this, and I was like this as a kid. If a movie was black and white, I was like, I'm not watching this. Why would I watch a black and white movie? Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Like, kids are picky. Not that they're the target audience for Psycho.
But, but it's true though. I think before I entered into like a film or communications, I would not watch a black and white film. And then you realize, like, whoa, those are the classics. That's what film was built off of these old classic movies. And then you're like, oh, I appreciate this, and you watch it. Even when they're bad, you kind of appreciate them because they're like stepping stones. But yeah, I think kids will like, I'm not fucking watching a black and white movie. It's ridiculous, but it's true. I think it's right. If something's old, mostly people who are not super into film, like casual just moviegoers, will not watch them, I think. Yeah.
All right, so going back to our original saying, Mad Max, your favorite remake. Ryan? No, you said Mad Max. You said Mad Max. Ryan?
I liked Dawn of the Dead, which was a remake, but I never saw the original, so I don't know. But it is a remake.
But see, and that's, you know what? I would consider that a good remake because they switched it up. The original Dawn of the Dead, slow zombies,
gray makeup on their faces,
gray, horrible looking, and this one they're running fast,
sprinting and like gore
and like that's
actually Zack Snyder directed it before he got all somber.
And yeah, so it's a good way of retelling a story. I think that's a perfect example of a good remake. It's, the original was a while back, and now you're getting the new audience, and you're adapting to the new style of filmmaking and making things faster, and that's the way to do it.
Yeah. But all in all, I don't think remakes need to be done, period. Just leave them alone. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Well, then to answer that, like my favorite remake, I would say is The Departed. Now, a lot of people probably wouldn't know that that's a remake, but it's because the original wasn't in English. It's an Asian movie, so I mean, would you then consider that that's?
It's like The Ring. The Ring is a remake of Ringu.
To me, I don't know if it's like remakes. I just call it stealing things.
But they stole and they won Best Picture.
Yeah, I get that. But it's like taking The Office that was an English series and turning it American, and it became successful. But I
Old Boy.
Yeah,
there's a lot of that.
There's a lot of that. Old Boy was not anywhere near as good as the original, but I don't know. I always have a problem with that with Hollywood taking foreign films and turning them into like these American films.
Yeah,
I don't know why
they're remaking Les Intouchables.
Yeah. Oh, really?
With Kevin Hart and Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, I saw a picture.
So weird.
The other day.
Wow.
Yeah. But that's one film where I was told the original is fantastic, and
it's great.
Think I will just watch that.
Yeah,
that's
really why good. Some things are just not meant to be touched. Like, you shouldn't touch them.
But anyway, any movie with Kevin Hart, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah,
and Bryan Cranston.
Wink.
See what you did there.
Wink, wink.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin.
All right, so I looked up.
You'll understand if you didn't get that reference. You will.
You will
you'll eventually. I went and looked at what movies are in line to be remade.
Are they still making some remakes?
It's ridiculous. I think if we're calling today, the age of remakes, I don't want to see what's to come because this is disgusting. I just searched it. I found a website, Den of Geek. Thank you for this list. I only grabbed the ones that interested me. There were a lot more. I'm going to go through this really fast just so you are knowledgeable after this of all the remakes. Let's do this. Hitchcock's The Birds, Charlie's Angels, Chronicles of Narnia, Explorers, Green Hornet, Green Lantern, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Inspector Gadget, It, Jumanji, Kevin Hart, Memento, Men in Black with a possible 21 Jump Street crossover, Mortal Kombat, The Mummy, Nightmare on Elm Street, Ocean's 11, Pet Sematary, Police Academy, Power Rangers, Predator, Rambo, She's All That.
What?
She's all that.
like-
Pause for laughter.
Why? Honestly, I'll tell you guys a secret. That was one of my favorite movies as a kid.
So
Continue.
hopefully this reboot could be yours.
It won't be.
Your kid's favorite.
It won't be.
Sister Act.
Oh,
Like what?
Why not just make a movie about singing nuns?
Why?
Why does it have to be Sister Act related?
Oh my God.
Spider-Man, we mentioned. Splash. But this time, it's a gender reversal, and Channing Tatum is playing a merman.
God damn it.
Why
Who
are you guys
knows?
doing this?
Starship Troopers. Horrible first movie. Maybe might be a better second movie.
They had a number 2, right? They
did?
They did, yeah.
There's a Starship
Troopers
too.
2.
Okay.
Stuart Little. Maybe better animation. Tomb Raider. Alicia Vikander. is
Oh,
playing Lara
really?
Croft. Yeah, they
Yeah.
released
All
that.
right, I'm down with that.
Weird Science.
Oh, yeah.
Could be, maybe.
Yeah.
Wolfman.
I don't know.
They're doing like a Mummy. Wolfman. They're bringing out all.
Oh,
the
yeah.
old-
It's like Benicio del Toro, I think.
No, that was the other.
No, yeah,
one.
that was already. Fuck, I'm living in
But see, that's
2010.
it. Like they remade
Yeah,
it
it's
with
true. They
Benicio del Toro. Now they're remaking it again. Because they remade like the Mummy with Tom Cruise,
Yeah.
and that's going to come out. And
And then like Russell Crowe is like Dr. Jekyll, so they're gonna do like his own thing for sure.
so there you go.
There's one movie that sticks out to me there. That it's a movie that I don't think should be touched, and that's Memento. Like, why would you touch that movie?
A fantastic movie that doesn't need to be touched.
It does not need. It's such a classic.
Because it was black and white.
Do you think?
Oh yeah.
Not all of it, though. Not all of it, though.
Yeah,
But there
yeah,
was some black and
there
whites.
was black. There was black and white, and then there was
Because the black and
color.
white actually helped figure out like some of the story because it was like confusing at times.
Maybe. I don't know.
I remember on that. I think on the DVD you can actually watch the movie in order.
In order,
yeah.
which is
You
cool.
can.
Yeah.
Um,
Never. Don't.
so
Don't do it.
One thing I want to talk about because coming out this weekend, Power Rangers.
Go Power Rangers.
I'm gonna see it.
I'm
a big fan.
Oh, look
Big
at
fan.
this.
This
Look
is
at
the
that.
reason.
Look
This
at
is
that.
the reason. I'm a big
Sam's wearing
fan.
a Power
They
Rangers
brought out
t-shirt.
this. Have you realized in all the marketing they don't mention the movies? They only mention the TV show.
Oh, yeah.
They're trying to forget the movies,
Yeah,
right?
of course. Exactly.
Power Rangers movie, Turbo,
Yeah,
a
I
Power
haven't
Rangers
seen
movie.
anything.
Yeah. Ryan, just get out.
Yeah,
It's like,
But that was totally our generation, though.
Yeah.
The TV show. What
Yeah.
were
You
you
didn't
watching?
I
Arthur?
didn't have cable. Oh yeah, I was watching. Are they rebooting Arthur?
No, they're not.
No.
They're not.
every day when you're walking down the street.
Here we go.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm really hoping that Power Rangers is going to be a good movie. I think it looks good.
I'm just whispering the lyrics to Arthur. Sorry, go ahead.
I think Power Rangers looks great. So,
I'm so excited.
right? They did like
For
an
Power
Iron Man
Rangers.
twist on the
Yeah.
costumes, and
That's
is Power Rangers? Is this a gritty reboot?
But yeah, definitely.
I don't think gritty
I don't
is
know
a
if it's
term
gritty.
anymore.
Well, they got
It's
like
just-
little
it's-
Bill
it's
Hader
dark.
Alpha 5. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
that's
Power
yeah.
Rangers.
But they have to add that comedy in there.
I don't think it's. Yeah, there's a lot of
But
comedy
there's
in the trailer.
yeah. I think it's gonna the fighting will meet. Well, actually, I don't know. It's a bit grittier.
Could the term
I think.
gritty just be new age, like today?
Yeah.
It's
Gritty.
like- it's
What
like a
gritty
today's
is supposed to
standard-
mean is that it's more dark and it's
Yeah.
more violent or more.
But Rita
yeah.
Repulsa is
Yeah,
colorful
it's
as
not-
ever.
yeah.
Goldar is super
Whitewashed.
Yeah.
colorful. Yeah, it is whitewashing.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah. Thanks,
But
guys. Tell me more.
Rita Repulsa was an Asian alien who lived in a dumpster or something.
For
right?
10,000 years.
10,000
And then she was free.
Yeah. But I'm super excited for Power Rangers. The only problem I have with reboots, especially with movies that are action films or sci-fi type of things, is they really relied too much on CGI for me. I would have rathered the suits be practical. Like I don't like it bothers me a bit when I see like when they have like half of their face out and they're wearing the rest of the suit that I see the CG. It bothers me. Like why not just build a nice fucking suit
Money.
and have it? Yeah.
They're like, hey, let's,
but-
if they need
but
tweaks,
I
they
feel
can
like-
tweak it in CG.
But CG is really fucking expensive. I mean, it is expensive to do, but they also take advantage of the artists that do it and they work long hours and whatever. But it's very expensive to do CG itself. Maybe it's more expensive to do practical, but it looks so much better. Like, especially if you mix the two. Anyways, that was my rant.
We're running out of time.
Yeah.
One last topic I want to touch on is the Disney remakes.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Disney announced that they're going to redo basically all their movies,
Yeah.
but live action. So is it considered like that much different being, changing the story and making it live action? Is it going to grab a bigger audience? Is it just going to grab the audience that they're kind of losing right now? What's your take on the Disney reboots, Brandon?
My take is don't fucking do it, please. Just
They're doing
stop.
it.
You're not excited
doing
for Beauty and the Beast and Lion King and stuff?
I'm excited in a way.
Well, there you go.
But that's the thing. I'm going to see it.
Yeah.
I'm going to see it, but I don't think it necessarily needs to be done again. It's like taking classics and redoing them for no reason. But that said, I fucking love Jungle Book. But I'm just going back and forth.
They asked Angela Lansbury, who did the voice of the teapot in the original Beauty and the Beast, what she thought of the remake, and she's like, I don't know why they're doing that.
Yeah, there's no reasoning for it other than that it's gonna make money. No one's asking for. No one even thought about it.
No one thought of it, but they're still doing it, and it's still gonna be money.
Yeah, who's sitting around being like, man, I just wish The Lion King had better graphics.
Yes, no one.
Nobody, but we're going to go see it. We're all going to go see it.
I know.
And it's like putting on Lion King today, it like goes back to your childhood and you see that animation, you're like, I love this movie.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily the animation, it's the story and how it was told, and it brings us to a nostalgic point of our lives. But maybe that's what they're trying to do with the kids of today.
It's not fucking.
But they're not only grabbing new kids, but they're grabbing us by the nostalgia balls.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we're gonna go see it, and we're gonna go see if there's a moment where like we're gonna see like Zazu, and we're gonna be like, oh, it's Zazu. He looks so good.
Yeah. So I have a question though. When let's say you guys have kids in the future, in the next 2 years,
I can't.
It's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
This is a strange topic.
Would you guys show your kids? Because I mean, we all, I figure like most people want to show their kids like movies they grew up with. Will you show them the live action or will you show them the classic?
Classic.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
There's no reason for them to do it. And like you're saying, they want to bring in new kids to watch this movie. Just fucking show them the old classic VHS or the new re-release Blu-ray that they did not too long ago. Open the vault and whatever.
Yeah.
But those kids, when they have kids, they'll be showing them possibly that live action.
I hope.
Well,
be like, look how funny this CG was. It's hilarious. It's so fake looking.
Look how flat the image is.
Why aren't we floating in the image in the movie? I don't understand.
I mean, they're gonna keep doing it. Jungle Book made $1 billion, literally.
Yeah. And just to list off once again the Disney announcements: Jungle Book, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Dumbo, Lion King, Little Mermaid. They're doing 2 versions of Mulan, one from Disney and one from Sony, but it's going to be more of a traditional kind of, and then Sword in the Stone. But all like big name directors are behind these projects, so we can expect something good, I think.
Yeah.
Jungle Book was great, man.
Yeah, Jungle Book. John Favreau is proving himself to be the man. He's like, he's incredible. What he did with Jungle Book, and that's the only reason I'm like, oh man, Lion.
Now he's doing Lion King.
And if they got James Earl Jones to come back,
remember.
I imagine it wasn't too hard to sell him on it. Like, hey, can you do those lines again?
He's like 86,
or maybe they're just
reuse the audio.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's gonna walk in there and be like, "Shut up, I got this." Yeah. Remember?
They're like, no, we actually changed that line to something else. Okay.
Is that your James Earl Jones voice? Okay.
And that's all the time that we have this week. Join us every Saturday for another episode of Moving Mind Studio. We're just going to chat and hope you liked it. Be sure to send us some questions via video at movingmindstudio@gmail.com.
Yes.
We will answer any of your questions. And we also do sketches and other stuff on our channel that you can check out, youtube.com. And if you just want to listen to us, these podcasts are available on iTunes and Google Play. Catch us next week for another episode.
Simba, remember.